Hollywood Trash is brought to you
it's
by
Cassie
Western
from
Mass
Curry
Masons.
Honda
Call
in
them for all your
Chicopee.
foundation
You're listening
and
to
chimney
Bax And
needs.
Nagle podcast on Rock 102. Come see us at Curry
Somehow
Honda
you
for the best selection of
still
new and
care
pre-owned
about what's
vehicles.
happening in Hollywood.
Experience the best
from
at Curry
Tinseltown,
Honda.
3,000
Thanks for listening.
miles away. It's Steve Nagle's Hollywood Trash.
Let's see. Big at the box office this weekend, Spider-Man has a near record-breaking opening. Brand new day smashed expectations with a $355 million opening in North America. Isn't that because the ticket price is like $20?
I was going to say, what is that, like 5 tickets?
Yeah. And that's the second biggest domestic debut ever, trailing only Avengers Endgame at $357 million. The film also pulled in $573 million internationally for a $927 million worldwide opening. Wow.
That's quite a bit.
The movie has earned a 90% Rotten Tomatoes score and an A Cinema score from audiences. The Rotten Tomatoes thing, I never really agreed with many of them.
Well, I don't really go with the reviews for movies.
Yeah.
Because who's really out there? Who's left? Nothing but TikTokers.
Well, I mean,
Ebert and Siskel are both passed away. Rex Reed is no longer around. Vincent Canby never had a good review in his life.
If we're gonna do AI, we'll do Roger Ebert doing movie reviews, but only after the cancer.
I don't know if that's such a great idea.
Well, I'm just saying.
No, I know what you're saying.
Big Pussy died over the weekend. He was sleeping with the fishes.
Don't, whatever you do,
Vincent,
not in the face.
Vincent Pastore, who played Salvatore Big Pussy I can't even say it. Bumpanciero.
Right.
Right. On The Sopranos, has died at the age of 80. I didn't realize he was that old. I mean, I guess, thinking back now, he was probably 60 when he was doing the show, and almost 60, then. Authorities...
Well, I mean, you have to admit, after he got wired for sound, he kind of had it coming. There's one way or another he was going to get whacked, probably on the boat.
Well, he was acting like an FBI agent, too. He really wanted to do that whole spy stuff.
He only had taken that sauna with Paulie Walnuts. Probably could have proved himself innocent.
The schwitz. He never took his clothes off. He was found dead at his Bronx home after a neighbor became concerned when they hadn't seen or heard from him for several days. Authorities are investigating the circumstances surrounding his death. His longtime manager remembered it as one of the kindest, most generous people. So kind, in fact, that nobody checked on him for 4 days.
Well, I mean, it's a tragic story. I mean, who didn't love that character? But, did he need to be checked on? Because I saw like a picture of him from like a week ago. He seemed okay.
It happens, getting up there. Before The Sopranos, he appeared in films including Goodfellas, Gotti, and dozens of television shows.
Well, thank God he wasn't typecast.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of them did. What was the other? Who was the guy that played Phil Leotardo? He was in like a
Frank
ton
Vincent.
Yeah, he was in a ton of movies.
Yeah, and a lot of them were the same role.
Phil Collins recently opened up about his health crisis, revealing a 7-month stint in intensive care due to severe relapse into alcohol addiction. The Genesis frontman faced life-threatening complications, with doctors considering life support. Despite surviving, Collins now deals with lasting health issues, including kidney and pancreatic damage. Reflecting on his struggles, he shared how his heavy drinking escalated post-divorce, leading to a deep addiction spiral. Amid these challenges, he has reconciled with his daughter Lily, emphasizing the importance of family support in his journey. Collins is set to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for the second time this November. 2 times.
Mm-hmm. Deserved it both times.
Isn't once enough? Like one thing you should be a part of should be enough?
Well, Steve, I don't know if you were aware of this, but he's an easy lover.
I can't remember the next line in the song.
He's got a hold on you. Believe it.
There you go. I should have remembered that. It's been a while since I worked at WMAS.
I understand.
I said ass. Right? Madonna surprised fans at World Pride Amsterdam 26 by bringing out Kylie Minogue for a special performance during her Club Confessions show. The Australian pop superstar joined Madonna on stage for a live collaboration, performing Love Sensation from Confessions 2. The song reached number 1 on Billboard's Dance Airplay chart. Speculation about a collaboration of new music between the two artists arose, but Minogue previously denied being part of Madonna's album. The surprise appearance delighted fans and sparked excitement for potential future collaborations. That was she was the one who redid the Locomotion, right? Wasn't that Kylie Minogue?
I think so.
I get all my old 80s stars mixed up.
You know, they all kind of melded together, didn't they?
Yeah, a little bit. Let's see. Rihanna has become Barbados' only living national hero following the state funeral of cricket legend Sir Garfield Sobers. Can you imagine that? I wanted to be the only living national hero.
Yeah.
But that damn cricket legend, Garfield Sobers, has held that title for 50 years.
Rihanna's probably in her mansion going, I thought that guy would hang on forever.
Symbolizing a passing of the torch for one of the nation's most celebrated figures, Barbadian Prime Minister Mia Amour reflected on the significance of the moment, highlighting Rihanna's role in representing the country on the global stage. I had no idea she was from Barbados until right now.
Well, see, that's because you were so hung up on that cricket player.
And now I know she is the only living national hero. How does that make other people on the island of Barbados feel?
Well, I mean, she's pretty popular, but I'm sure there are other people on the island thinking, hey, we might want to step up our game here. We're kind of lagging behind.
Hey, I like the head of a school committee out there. Listen, I got funding for new Chromebooks for next year. What did Rihanna do? Nothing. She sang a bunch of songs on stage, and I'm not a hero?
Maybe not a national hero.
Maybe not as good. Kim Kardashian and Lewis Hamilton got a new puppy together.
Oh, that's fantastic. She must have something to say.
Oh, my God. The last time I had an experience with a canine was when Ray J met my Shih Tzu and sprayed me like a Bichon in that sex tape you can purchase on YouPorn for $39.95.
Caitlin?
Whatever got that down and dirty with your mother, Chris Kim, but I once gave her the Eskimo French bread surprise.
I'm going to have to look that up.
Don't look these up on Urban Dictionary. I gave her the old poop shoot magoot.
What are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is, thanks to our new pillows from Home Goods, she arrived sounding like a muffled banshee. The sweet sounds of your mother. And that is your Hollywood trash at Rock 102.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, your grilling destination. Weber, Big Green Egg, Uni Pizza Ovens, and Traeger Woodfire Grills.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, let's face it. It's always great when somebody, a friend, a relative, a distant acquaintance, is willing to vouch for your character, no matter what sort of mess you've made of your life. Sure, we've all had up and down moments in our lives, and sure, it's fun to cast judgment on people during their up and down moments. But when push comes to shove, nothing feels more validating than when somebody unexpectedly stands up by your side during tough times. That is, unless that person happens to be Jerry Jones, owner of the Dallas Cowboys. As you know, last week, CBS placed lead game time analyst Tony Romo on indefinite leave following his DUI arrest on July 23rd in Milwaukee. Romo refused a breathalyzer, was said to have been driving erratically, unable to pass a field sobriety test, and was tagged for driving with an open container as well. All of which very illegal in the state of Wisconsin. Over the weekend, Jerry Jones was asked about Tony Romo's arrest and offered nothing but support, saying, quote, "I love him, I love what he's about, I love his character." He then went on to say whether Romo will be able to pick himself up after getting knocked down. Jerry said he's had a lifetime of that. Especially that's one of the greatest attributes. He can handle the adversity. Of course, this is the same guy that's been promising the Cowboys would win a Super Bowl every year for the last 30 years, so take that for what it's worth. The truth is that Tony Romo probably will survive all of this, and while I find Romo to be nothing more than an obnoxious, boorish loudmouth with no ability to shut the hell up during football broadcasts. And while I have been dreaming of the day that he would be canned by CBS, this is no way to let him go. I much prefer him losing his 10-year, $180 million contract the old-fashioned way by having the network cut him loose purely on his job performance or lack thereof. But putting him on indefinite leave after one really bad day, I'm not so sure that's going to continue forever, especially with 4 more years left in that bloated CBS contract. But at least he's got Jerry in his corner, and I suppose that's sort of encouraging. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. What's the sales tax in a Weber grill? Who cares? Go to Rocky's tax-free weekend and get the grill tax-free. Rocky's delivers and assemble your grill over $400. Here's a pro tip. Go to Rocky's before tax-free weekend and plan your purchase. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch. Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock at 712 and Motley Crue with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It's going to be rainy today. Flash flood warning in effect pretty much all day today. We were just listening to it through the windows here, and you could hear the wind and the rain, which is kind of weird because it's a very quiet building. I don't know how to, like there's a lot of muffling of the sound that's outside, but we could hear it just slapping against the side of the building.
Right.
It was crazy. And there's no air conditioning in here now.
Yeah, for whatever reason, we got like a little, little surge that happened and the AC went out. So there's absolutely no ventilation in this room whatsoever, so that's something to think about. You know, I don't normally give the shout out very often unless it's like unusual and I feel like it was kind of cool. We're at the beach over the weekend, and Jenny and I decided to go for a nice walk on the beach. A little romantic thing, couple early morning walking on the beach. We get on the beach. It's Hampton Beach in New Hampshire. We're not on the beach for like less than 2 minutes. Park the car, get down on the beach, and all of a sudden I hear, "Hey, Bax!" I'm like, "What the hell's this?" And I turn around, and there's a guy and his wife named John and Sharon. They live locally. Guy like retired from like Eversource or something like that. And this guy knew more about the show than I did. Like he knew that we were taking our Fridays off.
Yeah.
And he's telling like all the things that have happened like in the last 48 hours on the show. I had like no recollection, but he did say something that I thought that you would appreciate.
What?
That he's such a big fan of the show.
Yeah.
That he himself has started to behave very much like the two of us. He, we talked for like a good 10, 12 minutes, and what he said was that one of the things that he does when he wakes up in the morning, when he takes his shower, is he takes the bar soap.
Yeah. And
he draws a gigantic penis on the bathroom mirror for his wife to see.
Oh, that's so sweet, isn't it?
And he's like, "I got that from you guys."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, that's nice."
I like how we can influence people.
It is kind of nice when you think about it. That sounds like, you know what? I am glad we're having this conversation. So there's John and Sharon. It's nice to know that we're having a positive influence on your relationship.
You said we influence him.
Yeah.
You know what? It's too dark of a joke. I can't even go.
No,
there.
go ahead.
I was like, his wife's still alive, and it's not like he's.
Well, he hasn't taken it that far.
If you really want to ensconce yourself, in a show,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, right. Well,
get it done right, John.
Well, Sharon seemed to be quite healthy.
I'm sure she's a nice
lovely
lady,
and let's not wish the worst for those people.
I'm not wishing.
I know. I'm just saying. Don't want to jinx anything. Don't want to jinx anything.
I'm just saying. I did a video over the weekend where I was, sometimes you got to play the part, and I was wearing these pit viper sunglasses.
I saw that.
Which again, and I'm thinking I really need to have some problems. I just feel like wearing these, I should be like 6 fireballs deep.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe a natty daddy in my hand.
You should be getting involved in a bar fight
with a and a koozie.
Yeah.
that says my eyes are up here.
And right before you take that first swing at that guy in the bar, you put those sunglasses like on the top of your head.
Yeah.
Like right above like your baseball cap.
Yeah.
You know, the one that says like Cat or Mack truck on it.
Yeah.
And then that's when fists become flying around the room.
They are douchey looking glasses. I will say that.
It is.
And they're actually knockoffs.
So they're not even like UV protection or.
No, it says Pit Viper on it, but you know how much a real pair of those are?
Oh my
They're
God!
like over $100 for a pair of those,
dude.
things.
If you want to get good sunglasses, you're talking like $200 or $300.
My kid,
at the least.
My kid wanted these a couple of years ago. I went on and found. They took forever to get here from China. Wherever they, and they're like, oh, discount Pit Viper right here, and you go online and you get them, and they were like maybe $20,
right,
as opposed to $100 and something that you get with the actual Pit Viper thing, and I'm like, it's just a pair of sunglasses. You know what I buy usually is those the safety glasses, safety sunglasses. You can buy them at your Rocky's Ace Hardware.
Sure,
good people, rock solid service.
Every
right?
Rocky's Ace Hardware. Are these like the clip-on things you put on top of your normal glasses?
No, they look like regular sunglasses, but they have a little bit of extra protection on the side. That's all it really is.
Oh,
but who cares? I mean, it's just they're $8 for $8. I'd rather spend $8 on something than buying a pair of Ray-Bans or.
Well, at that point, you're just paying for the name. I mean, really, that's all you're really paying for. You want a little bit of UV protection. You want them like you could go dirt cheap buying them at like one of them spinny things at a gas station.
I just felt like I wasn't really fully in character wearing those. Like I need a pickup truck where I can roll coal. Like the you ever see those douchebags?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Driving down the highway and then letting out their big puff of smoke.
Oh yeah.
What is that all about?
That's actually like a forecasted message.
Yeah, new pope has not been chosen.
I can see where you might think that, but that's not the message I was getting at. The message is typically when you have a guy in a truck who's doing that,
rolling coal.
Yeah, it's usually to distract from the fact he has an extraordinarily small penis.
Thank you.
Smaller than that guy John would write on the bathroom mirror with the soap.
Yeah,
it's like micro penis type of thing.
Yeah,
I think you'd be surprised. I think many people would be surprised by how many behaviors are motivated by exactly that.
And a big puff of black smoke comes out. I blinded that guy with my black smoke. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, where's my Pit Vipers, babe? That's what it is. It's personal protective equipment when you roll coal out of the back of your truck.
But I believe that there is a penile type of connection to those kinds of behaviors and that physical attribute.
I also saw over the weekend a video of the Ford F650, which it just screams small penis on the side of that
the
thing.
650 super truck.
Yeah.
Oh my. Yeah. Oh yeah. There's no way a guy that owns one of those satisfies anybody.
Including himself.
There must be like so much shame when he's all by himself going, I'm just going to go sit in the truck. What is that? No,
and blast some Nickelback.
Buys Fireball by the brick.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's the only way to buy Fireball is by the brick.
I mean, dude, if you spent... I'm looking at the MSRP for one of these things.
Yeah, what is it, like
$96,000. Base model. That doesn't include any of the hot features.
That's not even air conditioning in that.
You don't get a truck bed liner. You don't get floor mats. You don't get any of that stuff.
Put yellow flashy strobes on the top too, so you can go plowing in the winter.
I'm going on a first date with the guy, and he's got a brand new truck. He's got the Ford F-650 super truck, Super Duty. I think this is going to be the guy. I think he's going to be the one.
Yeah.
Until later in the night and say, oh, well, that looks like a penis, only smaller.
How did we get to this conversation from the nice couple that greeted you on the beach?
Because we started talking, because I mentioned the fact playing parts.
Yeah. And here we are. What's their names again? John and Sharon?
John and Sharon. Very nice people.
Thank
you very much for at least saying hi.
Isn't that always weird to see people that are, outside of your regional location? So that happened to me a couple of years ago at Cape Cod. My friend lives and it's not I guess it's not private beach, but it's really not. Anybody could go to the beach. It's just meant for that street. The people that live on that street is the entrance to this portion of the beach.
It once happened to me at a Gunkwit in Maine. Mm-hmm. I was wearing like a Marquette T-shirt, and it happened to me like 3 times within 10 minutes. It was like the weirdest thing. It's like, I'm in a Gunkwit. We're a couple miles away from Springfield.
Yeah.
3 different people in separate situations. All were able to identify me in a crowd.
I told you about 8-9 years ago. I'm driving in Tennessee. I'm on the highway, and I see this guy on a motorcycle, and I couldn't recognize him because he had soot all over his face from all the the exhaust from all the trucks. And I said, I'm like, I think I know that guy. And then like an hour later, it was Keith Gamage from Greenfield. I did his retirement party. I did comedy for his retirement party like a year prior.
Well, what are the chances of that?
And he was like, "Hey, was that you on I-77 or whatever the hell highway it was out there?" And I'm like, "Yes. That is kind of weird."
Unbelievable. Yeah. It's 7:23 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
The Rock 102 app.
7:35. With Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Skip's Outdoor Accents, the outdoor store for sheds, garages, pavilions, and outdoor decor. Always on sale, Agawam and in Sutton, Mass. There's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. Longmeadow officials are warning residents of heavy flooding impacting the town roads today. ROADs. The Longmeadow Police Department stated that while passable, drivers should avoid the area of Bliss Road near the Longmeadow Shops and Bliss Court. The flooding is occurring all over town.
How is anyone going to be able to get to the Starbucks?
Or the Shot Shop? If you see ladies with droopy lips today, you know that they couldn't make it to the Shot Shop.
I'm starting to get worry lines on my forehead because I can't get over to the...
You don't have 11s when you... You ever see the 11s?
Yes.
When they squinch their eyes and they got the 11 right in their forehead.
That's right.
Yeah, they're going to be seeing that all day today.
Well, hopefully they'll get that cleared up and people can get their Starbucks and get their lattes.
Going to be a lot of them trad wives out there not getting things done.
They're going to have to go all the way out to East Longmeadow or beyond.
Oh, no.
Yes.
I can't go. I don't have a boat. You do need a boat. There's a lot of... This is what I was thinking about, too. Last week, I had to go down to West Springfield, and that's where I went to Charlie's Diner off of Union Street there. But going down from the Rotary past the Bob's and the Savers and all that stuff, all of that is under construction. Can you imagine what that looks like this morning?
A real mess.
Yeah, because you don't. If the road isn't paved yet, you don't have any of that drainage. The drainage is probably not the way it is designed to. It's going to be designed to be.
Yeah, but in the interim, you're looking at a big mud pit.
Oh man, that's gonna suck.
No kidding.
Yeah. So stay to the high roads. Take the high road instead.
I always try to, Steve.
A weather alert has been issued for heavy downpours and potential for strong to severe thunder boom booms. The showers are expected to clear out by tonight. So, hope you got an umbrella or a poncho.
I don't have either one right now, but
I carry a poncho with me.
Do you really?
It's in my car.
I'm not a big poncho wearing guy.
You never know when you're going to need a poncho.
You make a good case.
A man is in custody following a chase with Enfield police Sunday afternoon and just before the big Tony Orlando concert. According to officials, the man was driving a stolen car on I-91 South and the vehicle was stopped by spikes near exit 46. The driver then abandoned the car and ran across the highway to the northbound side and was pursued into a wooded area by police with the help of a canine unit. Police say the man was bitten by the canine near Weymouth Road and taken into custody. The suspect's identity has not yet been released. They're not even releasing the name of the canine. Usually they're pretty proud to do that, but maybe they don't want any, backlash.
Yeah, well, someone may target the dog at some point.
Yeah, you don't want to put the name out there going, hey, I heard you had a litter of puppies recently.
That's right. I mean, a dog is, should protect its privacy as much as possible.
Yeah, that must be one of even if you're running away from the police, to hear the dog, to even just hear the dog behind you.
Yeah.
Knowing what's going to happen to you.
Yeah, because, these police dogs, they don't just sniff things out. I mean, they'll attack if they have to.
Yeah.
So, I mean, listen, this is why I don't want to get involved in too many crimes.
Too many crimes?
It's my business.
Well, what have you been doing over there?
What am I? Was this a confession now? If I confess, I could be held liable.
Wouldn't it be funny if, we find out later that you're running some big drug ring from Hamden to Hampton Beach every weekend?
Yeah, I'm muling. That's what I'm doing.
He's taking Prilosec up there by the handfuls.
Yeah, that camper's not for relaxation. It's for cooking meth.
No, I'm
going full Heisenberg on everybody.
I was just going with whatever normal prescriptions that you have. The statins? You should have seen the statins this guy has. He had when they arrest you.
Yeah.
He had a tray for the morning, noon, and eve. He was taking these statins all day long.
He had Lipitor.
Whoa.
He had some blood pressure medication.
Whoa. The haul from this guy's truck.
He also took a nasal decongestant.
Oh, my God. It just takes one kid to get a hold of one of these inhalers.
Do you have any idea what this does to kids? It helps them breathe properly through their nose during a cold or flu season.
What do you want, kids walking around with open airways all day long? I don't think you know what kind of world you're expecting there, mister. We need to get these things off the street.
He's cooking analgesics.
Analgesics, right?
That's right.
Do you ever have an analgesic? Speaking of which, I'm driving through Granby, Connecticut yesterday.
Right.
And I see Guinness Hill Road.
Guinness?
Guinness Hill.
It's not genus?
No, but maybe it's genus. I don't know. I was just thinking when they started naming all those town roads, they're like, hey, we're running out of street names here. What do you think we can do? Well, what's that name for that thing where your gut hangs over your manhammer? What's that? A Guinness. A Guinness. Guinness Hill.
Well, we already got Fupa Boulevard.
It's got a lot of hidden curves there. Hidden curves.
Location. That's what real estate's all about, Steve.
The Holyoke police announced on Thursday that officers of the police department, is that how that works? With assistance from the state and federal law enforcement, arrested 2 people for illegal possession of a firearm and a large quantity of cocaine and statins
and analgesics.
From Sienal Street. After 9 a.m. that morning, police entered an apartment on the 100 block of Hampshire Street to find 37-year-old Josh Lopez, who had 2 active warrants for his arrest. Police entered the apartment and noticed 34-year-old Maria Rivera of Holyoke inside the home as well as a handgun during their search. Lopez was eventually found by Holyoke police and placed under arrest upon further search of the home. A large-capacity magazine. When do you think that one was? Field and Stream?
Highlights.
Usually highlights. And roughly 27 grams of cocaine was found. Rivera was placed under arrest after the search. Both her and Lopez now face a slew of gun and drug charges. A slew.
It's a lot.
A slew is more than a few.
Right.
How really? What is considered a slew?
Well, let's look it up on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
How much is a slew? According to is primarily nominating a large number or amount of something, often more than expected or desired. It does not specify a number.
Oh.
A slew is a
slew
lot.
could be 2.
Probably more than 2.
Maybe
it's a
more
large
than 3.
number. Probably, yeah, more than like a couple or 3. It's probably, say, like if you had 15 or something.
Ah.
You can say, I got a slew.
I got a slew.
Right.
All right.
Thank you, Internet.
An experiment with artificial intelligence at the annual Richard Wagner Festival in the southeastern German town of Bayreuth drew boos from the audience after producing a staging that appeared to leave some spectators confused. Curator Markus Lobis and his team were greeted with boos and whistles as they took the stage at the end of Saturday evening's performance of Gotthardamrung, German news agency DPA reported. However, there was a warm applause for the singers and musicians, and particularly for conductor Christian Thielmann. A lot of German names.
Yes.
At this festival. Festival organizers said ahead of the performance that it would be the first time AI took part on the stage at the event, not as a character, but as an image-generating force. They said that the singers would be the fixed point within a visually seething cosmos of light, texture, history, and association amidst projections that erupt, constantly shift, and merge into one another. The AI-assisted projections included scenes from previous performances of Wagner's Ring Cycle and historical themes, and drew images from pre-selected by Lobes, the director of the Academy for Theater and Digitally in Dortmund, and his team. The collage that the technology projected on stage puzzled the audience, with images including former German Chancellor Helmut Kohl, the towers of the World Trade Center after the September 11th attacks, and a special postage stamp marking German reunification in 1990.
Well, that had to be a hell of a show.
The festival website said that every performance will be unique because the images associations never stand still. 2 more performances are scheduled. But here, people are getting sick of this stuff because it doesn't represent what you're doing. Why would you have it? Because you're telling AI, hey, generate these images about like German heritage and history and things like that. So then it just pops up these random I don't know where the World Trade Center thing came in from.
I have no idea. And it's not like, what do the Germans care about the World Trade Center? Really. It's not their property. But, the thing is, you're absolutely right. Even if you were to plug in a picture specifically of yourself on AI and you say, put me in this scenario, it's like, how difficult would it be to just use your picture? It's always somebody different, so it's something not right. Like with those comedy posters you had where you've got hair.
They are absolutely terrible. I told you, I'd rather pay the $50 to a graphic designer to do a poster that is not AI generated than to come up with the slop that it pushes out. And it's different every time.
Wildly unimpressed with everything I've seen from artificial intelligence.
But there are people out there who embrace this as it is the coolest thing they've ever done.
Yeah, but it's mostly garbage.
It was like, okay, that's kind of cool the first time.
Now let's go and fix it.
Now the millionth time, it ain't so cool. It looks horrible. Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be rainy. Flash flood warning in effect. Be careful of roads flooding up. There's trees down. What'd you say? Island Pond Road over there? In Springfield, there's a tree down. It's 74 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
I've had a number of surgeries, and frankly, I don't have...
For Fitzy from TownieNews.com, brought to you by Next Gen Roofing. They do this every single day. He's on the phones right now. How are you?
Good morning, gentlemen. So great to be back with you. I'm not sure, and the whole flash flood thing, like all week long, I looked at my weather icon last night before going to bed and getting ready for this piece of broadcast history, and I saw the freaking rain icon 10 days in a row, and I was like, is this the price that I must pay for 3 days of consistent sunshine in this hellhole we call New England? And the answer is yes, and we all deal with it. So you know what? Deal with your little flash floods. Have you ever driven through one of those puddles, by the way, where you you only think it goes halfway up your hubcap. Next thing you know, like you got an aquarium in your in your crotch in the front seat of your Chevy.
Dude, it happened this morning on the way to work. I drove. It just popped up right in the middle. Because it's dark out at that time of the morning. I didn't see this thing. I saw another car driving through it, and I'm like, oh, I guess I can go through it. So I took that Swagger Wagger minivan, and I was like, I pushed through like an Evan Rood motorboating through the Connecticut River.
It's so funny. Minivans have some of the best nicknames. Like you call it the Swaggin' Wagon.
Yeah.
A buddy of mine who lives in Melrose, north of Boston, told us that we should switch over to a freaking like a crossover or an SUV. He's like, hey, guy, how much longer are you going to be driving the Loser Cruiser? It's like, well, now that you dubbed it that, I'm going to keep it forever until the wheels come off. This is just like, who am I? I'm no meteorologist. No one's ever going to confuse me with Bruce Schwegler or Dickie Albert. All right? But, like, if you see someone was standing with a fishing pole, like trying to pull lunch out of like the pond that you're about to drive through on 495, you may want to seek alternate routes. You know what I mean?
But we're all fathers here. We've all had to, we all had to bite it a little bit, knowing that our masculinity was maybe in question. But in those years, any father that doesn't consider a minivan is almost being neglectful to his kids, because like. Yeah, what choice do you have? You got more than one kid, you got to get a minivan, and you got to have someplace to put the soccer balls.
Listen, if your vehicle of choice to tote the kids around from one miserable practice to another as you silently sip a giant cocktail full of like Celsius and other accelerants and also depressants in your 32-ounce, Yeti steel sipper right there. If your swag wagon, if your Loser Cruiser doesn't smell like a bowling alley with like a floor of goldfish and wrappers, then you have failed in this life. I mean, what do you think I'm going to be? The guy that's going to be wearing pit vipers, driving his F-650 around town, showing off my micro wiener?
Rolling coal as you go down the street?
Yeah, just with, like, oh, sorry, couldn't find my pit vipers. So I've got Oakleys that wrap all the way back around my head and then back around to my front again as well.
Yeah.
To hide the fact that I've been on a steady diet of Levitra and Viagra and no sex for 30 years. Yeah.
No, is there like a line on your insurance policy if you're driving one of those things that takes into account like your domestic disputes or anything like that?
Yep, I think so.
Yeah.
When you say you have to claim that you wear the pit vipers while driving,
right? But if you can avoid a domestic dispute, you get at least a little bit knocked off collision.
You get a discount on the sleeve of Fireballs at your local.
Well, then
packy.
it's totally worth it.
Yeah.
Totally
Oh
worth
wow, man, this F-650 is awesome. It's even got a compartment for my Zyn 6 milligrams. People that they can't even talk, you can't understand because they've just got so much chaw in their mouth and they haven't felt their gums since the 90s because they've just been buzzing on different little dips and packs they can put in.
Well, I'm taking it easy. I went from long cut skull to bandits because it's less dangerous.
Hey, speaking of people who enjoy a good mouthful of chaw and being high all the time, did you guys see? No, this isn't actually a Red Sox related topic, but did you see and or hear what happened at Fenway Park last night?
No, what happened?
So Zach Brown Band was doing a show, and the Sox are away and the bands shall play, right? And they've had some bangers out there this year. And I know early in the season was, it's only whenever the bands like Noah Kahan and the Foo Fighters come in that there actually be hits at Fenway Park. This team sucks, right? Well, now the Sox have obviously turned their fortunes around, and they're the best story not just in Boston or all of Major League Baseball, I would dare say in all of professional sports, right? Well, last night, Zach Brown Band is finishing up what was their 15th consecutive sold-out show at Fenway, right?
Right.
And Zach Brown on stage does this whole big reveal with a video projection of like a cruise ship. And I kid you not, on my F-650 chock full of Zins and pit pipes. on my mother's dead Loser Cruiser, all right? Zach Brown comes out and says, I just want to thank y'all for being the most loyal fans, and you've been so good to me for so long. So every single person, all 35,000 people at Fenway, each of them got tickets for 2 on a freaking cruise ship for 3 nights.
Really?
70,000 cruise ship tickets were handed out last night.
Okay.
Now, my old man said allegedly he was one of the 10,000 people that was at Ted Williams' final game, where in his final at bat in Major League Baseball at Fenway, he hit a home run, didn't stop to acknowledge the fans, ran straight into the dugout, and that was the end of his career.
Right.
Supposedly, over time, 250 to 300,000 people have claimed that they were at Ted Williams' final game, right?
Uh-huh.
How many millions of people do you think are going to say, "Oh, I was at that Zach Brown show. I'd like my 2 free cruise tickets, please"? How do you prove that you weren't there? Because, what do you have to, text a certain code, or do you have to go someplace with it? Literally hundreds of thousands of people are going to say, "Oh, I was at that show. I'd like my 2 free tickets, please."
It's probably a gimmick. It's probably some, nothing's free, man. I don't even care if Zach Brown is the one selling.
You just sounded like the leader of such a sad resistance. Nothing's free, man.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
There's some
how was
cost
the fish
in-
show, you hippie?
Yeah, right.
Not for nothing. I don't know if you're a Zach Brown fan or not.
like him.
I'm not a huge fan of Zach Brown. I mean, I don't hate the guy, but if I had to
Enjoy
be
a little chicken fried every now and again.
sure, but if I had to be on a cruise with that, I'd almost be begging for the neurovirus. I'm begging to be airlifted back to dry land.
I would say, yeah, I enjoy the music every now and again if I'm at someone else's cookout and I don't have control over their music. And oh, yeah. Little chicken fried on a Friday night. Turn the radio on. Gotcha. Okay, that's cool. And then after a while, it's like, okay, I got it. Yep. F650 Zens. Right. Okay, cool. At that point, I think just so I could try to get myself the cyclosporia, I would just be eating as much romaine and cilantro as possible, so I could avoid getting on the cruise. That's cool. Oh, it's great to see you guys. Oh, we're gonna keep doing this for 72 straight hours in open water. Please, the Sharks, send all the hammerheads you saw off of Chatham the other day. Please come eat me now.
Oh, a taco bar? Well, let me at it. I'm gonna rip this thing up.
If Ted Williams were alive today to hear a deal like that, he'd lose his head over a deal.
Oh, that joke was frozen in time.
Yes,
Oh, it really was. It certainly was. Absolutely.
How about those freaking Red Sox, though, huh? Did you guys see? They finished July. Again, we have at this point now, Bax, I think it's becoming rite and ritual that every Monday we have to stop and pay due deference and appreciation to the living prognostication legend, the new Jimmy the Greek, if you will, of Rock 102 and all of Massachusetts broadcasting. Steve Nagle, Professor Optimism, Captain Happy himself, because he's the one who told us, chin up, mofos. The sun will come out tomorrow. There will be rainbows across the sky as you drive your loser cruiser down the highway, because the Boston Red Sox shall rise again like the phoenix from the ashes of sports. And look at them, 21-4 in July. Now they've won the first 2 in August. So they're 23-4 over the last 27. They just went out to Los Angeles, swept the Dodgers, forcing the Dodgers 2 days ago to trade for the best pitcher in baseball. Today they're going to trade for 7 new pitchers. They're going to dig up Babe Ruth's bones. They're going to get the DNA from Ted Williams' frozen head and clone a super hitter. They'll get Dr. Doom, Thanos, Superman, everyone they possibly can to answer for the atrocity of the Sox sweeping them. But how about the fact that the Red Sox now are literally like the North Star? They are the beacon of hope. They are the best thing we have going in the greatest sports city in all the lands. It's un-effing believable.
I mean, what's really incredible to me is the Dodgers have spent gobs of money to put this team together. The most stacked team in baseball, $390 million payroll. It's $105 million more than the Red Sox have for their payroll for this season.
And only half of it's going to Shohei Ohtani's interpreter.
Exactly. And he was going to take it anyway, even though he feels really bad about doing it. But nevertheless, it just shows you that there's something going on with this team that defies the logic of you got to pay in order to win. It's none of that stuff. We've talked about this before for a good part of the season. This is like a no name, no star type of roster. But now everything is coming together. There's a trading deadline tonight at 6:00. I'm hoping they don't trade anybody. I don't want to see them even remove anything from this Jenga pile. I mean, it's just things are cooking right now, and it doesn't seem to make sense to start dinking around with it.
Yeah, they trade the Connolly Early kid last week. They get the power-hitting Australian infielder from the Washington Nationals. He shows up out in Oakland. He's like, "G'day, mates. How are you? My name's Curtis." Second at bat, gets hit on the hand, broken wrist, out for the season. And what have the Sox done since? Win every game. Like, they just defy all odds. They they spit in the face of your defeat. They take your logic and they squat on it and they tell it where they can the sun doesn't shine. I love it. No, and I'm with you. Honestly, Bax, don't change things. Like it's working. Like the chicken parm is good right now. Like don't change the soup. Don't change the sauce, because the fact that this team is doing this when the manager still hasn't met half of the team. You and I can't name 4 of the guys in the bullpen. And Nagle has no idea who hits 3 through 7, and yet at the same time, 8-4, 3-1, 4-2. They're just mowing teams down, and everyone like kind of loves them all over again. Like they are literally doing the impossible, not just winning many more games than they lose. They are making all of Boston the most miserable, disagreeable city in the world, which, congratulations, for the 11th year in a row, won worst driving on planet Earth in the most awful traffic scenarios. They are making the most miserable city on planet Earth all agree on something, that the Red Sox are awesome and they don't want anyone traded because they want to see them play meaningful baseball in October, and then they all want to just flash a big F you to John Henry in the process, and I absolutely love it. Should we go to a game together one night?
That might be kind of fun.
Should we do that? Should we have a Bax, Nagle, and Fitzy night at Fenway? I mean, you got to think of the tens of people that would show up to cheer.
I think that would be a good idea.
All right, tell you
Let's do it.
I'll pull up outside the studio in my F650 next week.
I'll bring the Zins.
Sounds good. All right. Fitzy, great to talk to you again. Thanks to Next Gen Roofing for the support. We'll talk to you next week.
Da, 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 we're all dead inside. Go Sox!
It's 8:24 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. 8:32 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Geisler's. Tell them you got it at Geisler's. There's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
It's raining sideways. It actually was raining sideways just a little while ago. Flash flood warning in effect for all of Western Mass until 8 o'clock tonight. Downpours heavy at times. There is some road flooding. There is a tree down over on Island Pond Road near Nathan Bill's. That's causing some issues over there. So just be careful this morning as you drive out. You don't want to have to drive through a lake.
Yeah, don't think you're that guy that, some of these warnings don't apply to, because there's plenty of people that think, that would never happen to me. That would happen to all these other dopes in their cars.
You know what? I was that guy this morning because I'm like, I can make it through that. And then as you go into the puddle, you're like, oh, maybe not.
I think I've made a tremendous mistake.
But I was lucky enough to have made it, but I wouldn't recommend that. But it would have taken like 20 minutes out of my time to go all the way back around.
Well, but it would have taken you 6 hours to get pulled out of the puddle. So yes. I mean, you're not saving yourself. You're not inconveniencing yourself. Driving through it, trying to be a tough guy, that would be inconvenient.
I would have had a great video for our Blended Everywhere campaign.
You would have, but on the other hand, you probably wouldn't have even picked up your phone because you'd be too busy trying to call AAA to get your car towed.
If the phone didn't fall into the puddle as well.
Well, there's that too.
Know. Emergency crews responded to whatchamacallit. This was the story from last week. This is more about this, though. Remember we talked about the 3 accidents within 72 hours on Boston Road last week. Springfield ranks 5th as the riskiest city to drive in the U.S.,
Get out of here.
That's what they're saying. 5th.
Who?
That's
based
why
on what?
That's why the insurance rates are so sky high around here.
Oh, I just thought the state was trying to screw Springfield just one more time.
No, I'm pretty sure. I'm not surprised. My insurance is sky high. People were commenting about that. The city has attempted to address all these issues by installing rotaries and narrowing lanes on some street, but people are going to be people, and they're just going to drive like maniacs. The other day, I'm driving home, I-91 through Enfield, like through that Enfield area there.
Right.
And 3 lanes there, on the highway, and this jack, you-know-what, is tailgating. I'm in the middle lane.
Okay.
It's heavy traffic. You're not going to get that far. And he's zigzagging in and out throughout the traffic. He starts riding my tail.
Mm-hmm.
And then immediately shifts over into the fast lane only to not be able to go any further than parallel with me.
Interesting.
Like you're doing this intimidation, like Dale Earnhardt thing on the road, and then you're like, I'm gonna draft him and then pass him,
Right.
and then you can't get past you because there's too much traffic.
Yeah,
You're not going to get there any faster. You're not.
It's every like if I'm getting on the pike, there's always some people that'll try to get into the lane from the breakdown lane. Like what are you doing? Well, why do that?
Because people are dinks, Bax.
I'm looking at this list of the 10 riskiest cities. Now you said that Springfield is out of the 200 cities. Springfield is listed at 196, and it goes like this.
Well, where'd number 5 come?
Well, this is Allstate insurance.
These are just made up numbers, is what they are.
Right. So in descending order is Springfield, followed by Worcester, Baltimore, Washington, which has horrible traffic, and last is Boston, which I totally believe. If you were going to get into an accident, Boston would be a great place to do it, because you think people are driving like idiots here. No, thank you. I told you last week I had to go to a wake in Boston.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, man, I could not do this every day. It would drive me out of my mind to be driving in Boston every single day. And I'm not even talking about the highways. Just city streets would be enough to make me want to take the pipe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Terrible.
And people are nuts, man. I don't know what it is about the people. You're not going to get there any faster by riding somebody's ass to get there.
Or just aggressively driving in between people and trying to say, hey, this is my road. Get it out of the way.
My road. My tax dollars pay for this road, for this trip.
So did everybody else, pal.
The other day I'm in, was it Stop and Shop, right?
Yeah.
Stop and Shop's got not only Halloween stuff out now, which stores have had out for a couple of weeks, but now they have Thanksgiving stuff
already.
Uh-huh.
Well, like frozen turkeys and
no,
stuff.
like the decorations I saw in the seasonal aisle. You got summer, Halloween, and Thanksgiving. It's like, is this too early for any of this stuff?
Every year we say, is this too early?
It gets earlier and earlier.
Have you ever been in a situation where it's like 3 days before Thanksgiving and you can't find yourself a nice centerpiece that folds out to like a big turkey? Can you find it? No. You should have bought it in early August when it was on sale next to all that other stuff. Now you're kicking yourself in the pants in November. Why did I not think ahead? Why did I? All I did was complain about it in August when I should have been picking up my Thanksgiving napkins, my Thanksgiving serving pieces, my Thanksgiving decorations. Boy, do I feel like a jerk now.
My decorations.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, Steve.
Well, I just opened this story on Channel 3. Tickets for the North Pole Express on the Essex Steam Train are on sale starting at 9 o'clock this morning.
On August 3rd.
Hey, it must be a pretty popular thing. I've heard things about it. I've never been on the actual Polar Express train from Essex, but it's a hot ticket, even in August.
I guess.
Monday's sales are for a full car. Individual ticket sales open Wednesday at 9 a.m. So unless you're buying a full car, we should do a Rock 102 Polar Express ride.
Yeah.
Why are we not doing that?
Because we're limited to our budget.
We bought 10 tickets to a Broadcasting Hall of Fame ceremony that only 8 people showed up to.
Well, I mean, listen, other people had you actually had to pay for that? Did you pay for that? I thought the station paid for that.
Oh, I wouldn't. Listen,
I didn't. I know I
as
didn't.
Much as I like
pay.
you, Bax, I wouldn't have. And honoring your recipient of the Massachusetts Broadcasters Hall of Fame, there would be no way I would pay to see that.
Well, I mean, I might pay to see it if there was somebody else that I knew going in, but I would be furious about the whole lousy chicken lunch we were given.
Well, I
for
mean,
that price.
Are you expecting fine dining from the Spring Hill Suites in what town was that in? Milton?
It was Framingham,
somewhere, yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. You know, whenever I'm out and about, and I say, "Hey, what's the finest restaurant you got around in town?" I'm like, "Hey, did you ever try that Spring Hill Suites by Marriott?"
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, the breakfast buffet is fantastic. The turn down service is terrific. The pool is always clean. But you might want to avoid the luncheons if you can.
I don't know, man. I'm telling you, I'm a hardcore Best Western make your own waffle. It's the only breakfast place that they trust their members of the Best Western Rewards program so much. And even guests, you don't even have to be a member. And even guests with operating
Yeah.
a waffle iron.
There are some people, Steve, that should not be near waffle irons. And even if you're like a Bonvoy member or you have some sort of frequent customer rewards, you're not qualified to make your own waffles.
You know why?
Why?
Because Marriott doesn't trust their customers. Best Western, however, trusts. It's trust.
Yeah, but what do they offer you for their rewards program?
Mediocre accommodations.
Well, see, there you go. At a Marriott, you have choices all over the world.
Do you?
Yes, you do.
You have choices with Best Western all over the world. You don't think there's a Best Western in Bengali?
I look it up. Look it up. But I bet you there's a Marriott there.
There probably is. Hey, your Pioneer Valley forecast today. Where I was just trying to edge us.
I understood. I understand.
Edge us to the end of the news. It's going to be wet and rainy today. Flash flooding in effect until 8 o'clock tonight all throughout Western Mass. High of 78. It is 74 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
Springfield's Classic Rock. 849 and Nirvana with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Oh, well, the dude with the golf tournament is also the dude with the brain tumor.
Paul Federici is in the studio. It's good to see you.
There's a lot I'd like to be known for, but that necessarily isn't. But anyways, I'm doing well. I feel like I should give a shout out to Plimpton and Hills, but I know it's the wrong segment.
No,
so
wrong day,
Sorry
my
about
friend.
that.
Yeah.
But you're here to talk about the golf tournament. It's
Yes.
the 12th.
12th, yes.
Wow.
And the reason
Hard to imagine.
And Dan's been gone 11 years. The reason it's the 12th is, as I explained before, is a friend of ours had a date like 2 months after Dan passed away for a golf tournament here, and he gave it to us. So we literally had, instead of waiting a year, we had a golf tournament 2 months after he passed away. So, yeah, this is our 12th. It's been, thankfully, it's been going strong. It's August 29th, next door here at Franconia Golf Course. It's unfortunate you look over the lovely DPW and not the golf course, but that's
Well, if you look at that window and you look in a diagonal, you can see Franconia.
Yeah. And I don't see any dehumidifiers. Remember we had the Dave Coombs Memorial dehumidifier last year. That was in the hallway of your old place.
Well, yeah, it was a very dewy, always a very dewy area when he was around.
It was more about sucking the oxygen.
Yes,
that's right. It was.
Even though our AC is down today and it's 80 degrees in this room, it's still so much more comfortable than it used to be for 6 months.
Yeah. It was uncomfortable listening. So, anyways,
we agree.
When he was here. So
you obviously have the tournament, then you have the dinner afterwards,
yes.
right?
And that's all here. That's all the dinners in the pavilion. It's catered by Fazio's every year, and they do a fabulous job.
And there's raffles and all that stuff.
Yes.
And the money is going to scholarships and things like that too, right?
As a matter of fact, well, first of all, just through this so my wife doesn't shoot me, we still need golfers. We're filling up rapidly, but we can still use golfers. We'd love to get raffle prizes, gift baskets, gift cards to area businesses, and tee sponsors, which are $100 each, and get your name out on the golf course. And 144 odd people get to see your name during the course of the day. Another thing we have, which is the second year, is one of your other wonderful sponsors, Tudor House and Hank Champagne. Last year, they were kind enough to donate a bottle of 10-year Pappy Van Winkle, which, if you look online, goes for about $1,000.
Yeah, that's some expensive alcoholism you got there.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I know you got to really.
That's throwing caution to the wind in every way imaginable.
That's right. That's like what's his name? Oh my God, I can't think of his name now. Robin Williams, when he said, cocaine's God's way of saying you're making too much money. Well, that would be if you're an alcoholic and you were drinking that, then the same thing. But anyways,
you can't really mix that with a Schweppes. It's
No,
not like
you-
something you cheapen up by putting Shasta soda.
Mountain Dew and yeah. But anyways, he donated in last year for the tournament, and we had a separate raffle, and it was $25 a ticket, and you can do it. I've got a Venmo and stuff, and the information will be going out very soon on that. And I would either take a picture of the ticket and send it to the people who Venmo me the money or whatever. But long story short, that almost covered one of the scholarships by itself. We sold almost $2,000 worth of tickets for that because obviously it's not something you see every day. And he's doing it again this year. So it's wonderful because their distributor changed. He wasn't sure if he could do it, but he is doing it. And I did get his permission to say that. So I didn't want
good.
because
Wow.
sometimes you say things and everybody inundates you with requests for things.
$1,000
Yeah, you look
for a
online.
bottle of booze.
Yeah.
I mean, that's $83.33 per step
But you couldn't win it.
This is
for all 12 steps.
And isn't admission the first one? So you got to.
Well, yeah, but for $25, it could be yours.
This is
Right.
true.
Yeah,
There
right.
you go.
right.
Yes,
And in
exactly.
step 9, you have to apologize for everyone who didn't share it with. I think
Exactly,
that's
yes.
what-
Yeah,
right.
I like that.
Seeking amends by who I didn't share it with.
Right.
So and to the point of the scholarships, because of that, we were able to give out 5 $2,500 scholarships last year at the high school instead of
Wow.
4, and we're up to about $60,000 in our short history of giving out. And because the first few years of the tournament it was for the grandkids, and then we started this, and then we decided might as well keep Dan's. It'd be nice to keep Dan's name alive,
Yeah.
and that's because of everybody who participates. It's not us. We're just we're just the vehicle, if you will. It's everybody who takes part in this and donates and does everything. They're the reason why we can do this.
And what you see year after year is people that show up that are learning about Dan for the first time.
Yes.
Too.
Yes.
There's newcomers to the show, and then that keeps people coming back
Yeah.
every year, and they have a great time, and it's all in memory of a great man. So
Yep.
yeah.
And it's funny because then we get the other people who, I think one of the people last year, the tournament was August 23rd. I think like 4 days later, he said, "I'm all set for next year. I want to
Yeah.
sign up." So
Yeah,
we get the
that's
people
great.
who are repeat offenders, if you will, because they enjoy it so much, and we have a fun time. I mean, it's not it's not PGA caliber. I can tell you that right now. So
Not the way you play.
Well, no, even with 2 good hands. But anyways, yeah, it's definitely not. But we have a blast. I mean, it's a lot of fun, and Franconi is great to us, and Fazio's is great to us, and it's
Well-
just we've been very fortunate. That's all I can say.
Count me down for a whole sponsorship.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
You're going to sponsor a hole.
I've done it before.
Yeah.
I've done it before. I've actually been
Yeah, you've
a
been
number of times.
consistent. Yeah, you
I'm-
guys,
Wow.
you guys have been in one form or another with us since the beginning. I was thinking about this when Dan passed away. My daughter came to you and got the music for the wake.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget once again running into John at CVS, and he was mortified because he said to me, "Did I hear that Another One Bites the Dust played during the wake?" And I said, No. I said it was actually Fat Bottom Girls.
Oh, wow.
So it was,
Yeah, that
it
would have
was
been a
Queen
little.
song,
yeah.
but it wasn't Another One Bites the Dust.
That might have been a little
Yeah.
insensitive.
Well, yeah,
Probably.
but not as bad as Another One Bites the Dust. Yeah.
Yeah, that probably wasn't the best thing, but nevertheless.
Yes.
But yeah, it's we've known you for
Far too long.
far too. I mean, 25 years, if
Yeah,
not
yeah.
maybe more so. So
Yeah.
it's always a pleasure to help.
We've dined together with the other Mucky Mucks in
Yeah,
the 91
that's right.
Supper Club, and so
Yeah,
that's
don't
why I
even
brought
get
it
me
up.
going
'Cause
on
I
that.
needed
Yeah.
the comment.
all my good time buddies down at the supper club.
It's all my good time buddies. It's a real sausage
Who,
fest.
who pays for these
We all chip in.
ball greasing dinners that
We-
you have with
we-
each
we
other?
all-
We all chip in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we pay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Believe me, we pay. But anyways,
We pay, but they're
We-
good
Now,
meals.
Yeah.
now,
Yes,
I know
and-
you've had some medical setbacks this
Yes.
year, and
Oh,
you
yeah,
can't
that's-
use your hand all the way. So who's doing your part greasing the wheel?
no comment.
Tony
Anyways,
Robosa? It must be Tony
It might be
Robosa.
Robosa. It could be.
Oh, Jesus. Here we go. Anyways, yeah, I was telling Steve in a nutshell, last summer I started losing the use of my right hand. I thought it was carpal tunnel. Didn't realize I was an overachiever. Had a nerve study done, had a brain MRI done, found out I had a golf ball sized tumor, which was affecting my motor function. So, it was, and you probably know me long enough to know everything's I can't take anything seriously, even this. I mean, I have to joke about things because
Right.
that's the way I am, and all the nurses at Mercy found that out and whatever. So my daughter, after her initial shock, said, well, it makes sense that you had a golf ball sized brain tumor because you're a golfer. And I said, yeah, thank God I gave up bowling. So going on from there, I had that was caused by a non-smoker's lung tumor. They put me on a pill for that, and amazingly, the pill got rid of that tumor. So both tumors are gone by the end of October, and yada, 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 yada. Here I am today.
You yada yada over the best part.
No, I mentioned the bisque.
Yeah.
The Daniel Federici Memorial Golf Tournament is August 29th at Franconia. If someone wanted to help you out or to play, what should they do?
You can give me a call. You can go on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, you can go. We have a Daniel Federici Memorial Facebook page, and I have a personal Facebook page. If you can get on that, you can message me. My cell phone number is, area code 413-537-0493. And if you want to email me, it's pfederici, Federici, 57@gmail.com.
Very good. Paul, it's
you
great
go.
to see you.
Likewise. Thank you very
Best of
much.
luck.
You guys have been with us from the beginning, and I love it. I
Not a
appreciate
problem.
it so much.
Our pleasure. It's
All right.
8:58
Thanks.
on Rock 102.